So let us begin the proof of the theorem. So we need to show that the characteristic functions phi m and phi n are orthogonal with respect to the weight function r on the interval a less than or equal to x less than or equal to b. So we have the differential equation d by dx of p of x dy by dx plus q of x plus lambda r of x y equal to 0, and we will call it as equation 1, and we have the boundary conditions a1 y of a plus a2 y dash of a equal to 0 and b1 y of b plus b2 y dash of b equal to 0. So let us call these two equations as 2. Now since we are given that phi m and phi n are characteristic functions corresponding to lambda m and lambda n respectively. So the functions phi m and phi n will satisfy equation 1. So phi m is a characteristic function, phi n is a characteristic function which corresponds to the characteristic values lambda m and lambda n. So both these functions, they will satisfy the given differential equation 1. So let us denote denoting the derivatives of phi m and phi n by phi m dash and phi n dash respectively. So now let us substitute the equation phi m and phi n into equation 1. So that will give us these two equations. So therefore d by dx of p of x ഇവിടെ y ക്ക് പകരം phi m phi n വരും. So that will be phi m dash plus q of x plus lambda m വരും. phi m ന് corresponding ആയിട്ട് lambda m വരും. r of x into phi m of x will be equal to 0. So let us call it as equation 3. And next equation is d by dx of e of x phi n dash plus q of x plus lambda n varum r of x phi n of x equal to 0. So let us call it as equation 4, and this holds for all x such that a less than or equal to x less than or equal to b. And now we have got the equations 3 and 4. So take 3 into phi n of x and 4 into phi m of x. So consider the equations. So multiply the first equation with phi n and the second equation with phi m. So that is going to give us, so you will get phi n of, so 3 into phi n of x gives, so phi n of x into d by dx of p of x phi m dash plus ഇനി രണ്ടാമത്തെ ടേം Q phi m into phi n varum. Okay. So that will be Q of x phi m into phi n, and the next term will be lambda m r of x into phi m of x into phi n of x equal to 0. And when you take 4 into phi m of x, so that will give the phi m of x into d by dx of p of x phi n dash plus q of x phi m, q of x phi m into phi n varum plus lambda n r of x phi m of x into phi n of x equal to 0. Now subtracting both the equations, we get, so when you subtract both the equations, q in the term cancel out. So we are going to get ഇവിടെ lambda, okay, ഇവിടെ r phi n common ആണ്. So you are going to get lambda m minus lambda n r of x into phi m of x phi n of x plus phi n of x d by dx of p of x phi m dash minus phi m of x d by dx of p of x phi n dash equal to 0. So when you subtract, you are going to get this. Now this will be equal to, so taking these two terms to the right side, so we will get, so lambda m minus lambda n r of x phi m of x phi n of x, so that will be equal to phi m of x d by dx of p of x phi n dash minus phi n of x d by dx of p of x phi m dash. Now let us integrate on both sides from a to b. So integrating on both sides from a to b, so we will obtain the integral in the form. So the first integral will be lambda n minus lambda n is constant, baki integral a to b r of x phi m of x phi n of x dx varum. So that will be equal to integral a to b phi m of x d by dx of p of x phi n dash dx minus integral a to b phi n of x d by dx of p of x phi m dash dx. Let us keep the left side in this form. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് prove ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഇത് 0 ആണെന്നാണ്. So we need to show that phi m and phi n are orthogonal with respect to the weight function r. So it is enough to show that this integral is actually equal to 0. So let us integrate the right side. So use integration by parts. So you will get, so first function into integral of the second. So that will be p of x phi n dash of x minus integral of, so this will be from a to b, integral of derivative of the first, so that will be phi m dash of x into integral of the second. So that will be p of x phi n dash of x dx, then minus first function into integral of the second, so that will be p of x phi m dash of x from a to b, then plus integral a to b, derivative of the first one is phi n dash of x into integral of the second of p of x phi m dash of x dx. So this two terms are going to cancel out. These two integrals and cancel out. So remaining you have, so let us apply the limits. So you will get phi m of b, p of b, phi n dash of b minus phi m of a, p of a and phi n dash of a. And ഇവിടെ limits apply ചെയ്യുമ്പം minus of phi n of b, p of b, phi m dash of b minus phi n of a, p of a, phi m dash of a വരും. So that will be equal to p of b into, so you can write it as phi m of b phi n dash of b minus phi n of b phi m dash of b വരും minus p of a into phi m of a phi n dash of a minus phi n of a phi m dash of a. So this is what we are going to get. And now let us look at what will be the value of the right hand side. Okay. Now since phi m, okay, phi n and phi m are solutions of equation 1, they satisfy the boundary conditions which is given in the equation 2. അപ്പം നമ്മുടെ problem ഇതാണ്. So phi m phi n characteristic functions ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് boundary conditions satisfy ചെയ്യും. And now let us look at the different possible cases for the boundary conditions. So you have A2 and B2. For A2 and B2, there are different possible cases. Random 0 ആവാം. Then A2 can be 0 and B2 is non-zero. അതുപോലെ B2 is 0 and A2 is non-zero. Then A2 and B2 both are not equal to 0. So these are the different possibilities for A2 and B2. അപ്പം നമുക്ക് A2 ഉം B2 ഉം ചൂസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഈ 4 കാറ്റഗറി മാത്രമേ ചൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ രണ്ടും 0, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് ഒരെണ്ണം 0, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ രണ്ടും non-zero. Okay. So let us look what happens in all these 3 cases. So if A2 equal to B2 equal to 0, then we get the conditions. So y of A is 0 and y of B is equal to 0.